Cybercrime as a whole is always advancing and changing at a rapid pace. It's no longer some dark hoodie-wearing mastermind that's hunched over 3 monitors. It's also no longer weeks of coding either. Today, it's as easy as placing an ad to an unsuspecting victim. Everyone is well aware of how much AI is revolutionizing the world for good, but also for nefarious purposes too. With the power of AI and paid advertisements, anyone can spin up software that siphons sensitive data at scale. You don't need a lot of skill, and you don't need secret dark web connections. You just need prompts and an idea. Today, we're going to be looking into 3 real stories that show how much the bar has dropped. App Suite. Our user here was looking to download a PDF editor without paying for it. This is a rather common search for many people. You'd be shocked how many pages you can keep browsing on Google when looking it up. On June 26th of 2025, a malicious campaign hit the web. A bunch of random websites began to push this free tool called App Suite PDF Editor. Upon first glance, it didn't seem out of the ordinary. The websites looked clean and well-designed. The installer worked for the program, and hey, the program actually allowed them to edit PDFs for free. Perfect! It also wasn't buried behind page 10 of search results, but was rather near the top, due to the ads that were bought. For weeks, this program behaved exactly like the legitimate software that it pretended to be. This is exactly what the attacker wants. It leads the user into a false sense of security. Behind the scenes, though, it was anything but secure. Hidden inside the code was a simple line of persistence that would check for new instructions being sent to it. That switch of instructions was finally sent on August 21st. From there, any machine that was calling for updates received a new set of commands that turned the editors into something else entirely. That being a stealer that is called Tampered Chef. Once activated, it would begin to steal all sorts of sensitive data. This includes, and is not limited to, login credentials, session cookies to bypass multi-factor authentication rules, documents, and sometimes even act as a backdoor to install even more spyware or malicious programs. What makes this even scarier is that the attacker that set up this campaign wasn't coding this by hand. There is evidence to suggest that they used AI to generate these malicious functions. From the websites that hosted these free PDF editors to the actual code within the program, a significant amount of it was done by AI. You no longer need deep coding knowledge to do some malicious things nowadays. All it takes is just a prompt and some money for ads. Luckily, Unit 42 started to see some strange patterns inside customer environments. This PDF editor is communicating with odd-looking domains coupled with processes that should be harmless but are now reaching into browser information. Once they dug in, they began to correlate the behavior with public research and identified it as being part of the Tampered Chef campaign. This led to them building out targeted XQL hunting queries that would go through weeks of telemetry to find anything and everything that interacted with those domains or ran that executable. That's when Cortex XDR steps in. Once those patterns are recognized, Cortex XDR does what humans normally do, but at rapid speed. It flags the software and automatically removes any and all malicious components tied to it. It also will shut down the updater logic embedded into the program. What would have taken a team of expert analysts hours is done in moments. Now, if you thought that using Google Ads and AI to create this malicious campaign was sneaky enough, wait until you see what attackers are hiding inside of audio files. Luma Stealer. A file named setup.exe makes its way into the download folder of a user. The moment the program runs, though, Cortex XDR notices something strange. The file starts generating some type of PowerShell activity. It behaves like it's trying to stitch something together on the system. Its movements are not like a usual installer. There's clearly something going on here. Digging deeper, Unit 42 uncovered a massive spiderweb of danger hidden behind that one executable. The user that ran the setup file had unknowingly triggered an additional malicious component called certification.xlm.bat. This is what kicked off a quiet chain reaction of seemingly innocuous fake audio files across the temp folder. These files were named things like behind.m4a and blake.m4a. As I said, seemingly not that harmful. Maybe they were already installed when you got Windows. Who knows? Well, looks can be deceiving because these were the furthest thing from innocent. One of those files was named wt.m4a. Inside it wasn't audio at all, but rather a compressed container, similar to that of a zip file. The attacker had hid pieces of malware inside it, breaking up the threat into smaller, harmless-looking chunks. Here's a fun fact. It's not like these .m4a files would be playing audio to keep appearances up, but have secret code within them. If you tried to play any of these files in a media player, it would just either error out or refuse to play. The .m4a served as a container to house code and act almost as camouflage to hide the real intention. All of those tiny pieces would be used together with the activation of a simple batch script. This means that all of those tiny M4A files are opened, the hidden pieces get extracted, and everything is stitched together into a full working program. You can think of this like puzzle pieces suddenly all clicking together. When the last piece was slotted in, Luma Stealer had fully formed. Luma is an information stealer sold as a malware-as-a-service platform on Russian-speaking forums. Anyone could buy these and deploy them as they wish. This specific instance has been known to be around since 2022. For our user, they actually got this specific one through a zip file on a mega repository. Just for everyone watching, please don't download random zip files off of Mega. I don't think I've ever heard of anything good coming out of that. While all of this sounds impossible to block due to the stealth of the attack, Cortex XDR was already on it before any information was stolen. Remember that malicious PowerShell instance that was launched at the beginning? Well, Cortex had already blocked that before it could fully execute. From there, we picked up the phone and Unit 42 made a call to the customer. In a 30-minute call, we walked them through locking down the machine, clearing out remaining files, and blocking the hash for the file so it can never run again. I want you to remember this. Nothing about this file seemed dangerous. They just looked like M4A clips. The danger, though, lied in what those files could turn into. And if that sounds crazy, just you wait until you hear what a simple phone call can do. Adaptix C2. Our last story is about something brand new that even Unit 42 had never seen in the wild before. This was something that easily could have spiraled out of control if it wasn't for their expertise. The culprit? Adaptix C2. This is a newly released open source command and control tool built for red teamers. It's a very powerful framework that is exceptional at its job when testing defenses. The intention of the tool is to execute commands, move files, and quietly funnel data out of a network during security testing. In the hands of the right people, this tool has a legitimate purpose when assessing defenses. In the hands of adversaries, though, this is everything that they could hope for and more. And in May of 2025, I guess you could say that Christmas came early for them. For the first time ever, Adaptix C2 was used maliciously in a real attack, not just a test environment. What makes this even more shocking is that this wasn't done through brute force. This was done by social engineering. This started with a Teams call of a voice pretending to be helpdesk. The caller kept it brief. They said that the user's machine didn't completely pull last night's update and that it was impacting their stability. All the user needed to do was let them hop in, properly install the update, and they'd be good to go. With such a calm and confident voice on the other end, the user installed Quick Assist, so the help desk could pop in and fix something. We've all seen this one before. Remote access scams are just painfully common in this industry. However, this time was different. Instead of ransomware being set up the way that we usually see it, the attacker instead executed a PowerShell script. Oftentimes, we usually see DLL sideloading being done through OneDrive. This essentially tricks the machine into running a rogue file on the computer instead of the intended one. And here's the wild part for this as well. This PowerShell script was ran right in front of this user's eyes. They weren't even trying to hide it. This script then reached out to a Google Drive link and pulled an Adaptix C2 beacon. This was then loaded into memory without a file having to touch the hard drive. From there, the attacker planted a script into the startup folder to make sure it ran again the next time the machine booted. So, we had a fast and simple installation of the beacon, persistence on the beacon setup, and all of this being done from a tool that has never been abused this way before. How in the world does Unit 42 and Cortex XDR prevent something like this from spiraling? Well, from the moment that beacon was about to go live, Cortex XDR stepped in and stopped the script in real time. The connection was severed, and Adaptix C2 never had the chance to plant its roots into the system. Cortex XDR triggered a behavioral threat prevention rule that identified an encoded PowerShell command attempting to download remote content. That rule shut down the Adaptix C2 beacon before it ever had the chance to execute. I imagine to the threat actor it looked like the attack simply just didn't execute properly. Stopping this threat, though, is only half of the job. Understanding how it happened in the first place is the other. The moment it showed up, Unit 42 got to work. It tore the beacon down piece by piece, studied how it navigated through the computer, and how it hides behind normal system activity. From that information, Unit 42 managed to build out the very first detection logic for malicious instances of Adaptix C2. They then crafted a Yara rule that could spot the beacon the moment that it made contact with the machine. This intelligence was then pushed into Cortex XDR so that every customer using it would be protected against future attempts. You've got human expertise plus instant prevention powered by AI. That's how you stay ahead nowadays. When attackers can launch an entire campaign with a single click, your defenses need to be just as simple to activate and be far more powerful. My name is Caden, and thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you in the next one.